Victor Gyokeres, for example, our big money signing in the summer. Marty, I'm pretty sure, like me, was very excited to have him on board. He's got this fantastic record. So we're looking at him, we're thinking, right, this is going to be the finisher, because in previous seasons we've had people like Havertz and Jesus who, whilst very good players, I think it's fair to say they're not what you might call prolific strikers. So we got this guy in, great record, looks the part, we're thinking, yeah, this is it. So far, this season, has 4 Premier League. He's had 6 goals overall, 4 in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League. He's had 13 appearances. So that is not a bad return, is it? That's like 1 in 3, kind of. But I've got to say, at the moment, Marty will have his own view. I'm slightly underwhelmed, I've got to be honest. And listen, I'm not writing him off. He could still come good. I hope he does. And I do get that there is a bit of a gap between the Premier League and the Portuguese league. But I've got to say I was expecting a little more. And the reason why I say that is because it's not just the goals. I look at him and I think, he's not really imposing himself on the game the way I thought he might do. He's a big, strong guy.
He doesn't pass the eye test, does he?
Yeah, okay, basically, yeah. It's still early, and what I would say in his defence is that the way Arsenal play is not really suited to the classic number 9. We do need to still be a bit more adaptable to the way he plays as well. So it's not all his fault. But I've got to be honest and say, so far, he's not quite hit the ground running yet. He looked like he was it the Burnley game? I think that was his best game.
He was good against Burnley.
And then there was a couple of games where he looked like he was coming to the fore. Then he got injured. And then since he's come back, I've got to say, the game against Villa, very disappointing. It was only one half of football. But then even last night against Bruges,
I was about to say, and then Jesus came on. He looked electric.
Well,
Jesus
yeah.
didn't he?
So this is the thing. I think Erling Haaland has set the bar extremely high for strikers.
I don't compare anyone to Haaland. I don't think it's
he's
fair.
been phenomenal, and the way he's got to 100 goals and that quickly, and the way he's done it, and the way he just literally, if he wants to stick it in the back of the net, he will take it past your team and rifle it in the bottom corner, etc. Like what Laurie was saying, the thing with Gyokeres, listen, and I'm not saying he's done. I'm not saying get him out of the club or anything like that. I'm in support of him and as a striker, and I understand players go through hard times. Exactly your point, Dylan. What I saw last night was concerning, because you've got a guy that's been out hasn't kicked a game. Kicked a ball in competitive football for 11 months. He's had a double ACL. He's had on each knee. That's 2 serious injuries. That injury on one knee is enough to put a player completely out and ruin their career, let alone on each knee. Comes back, and what I saw last night, he didn't look. He did look sharp, but he definitely wasn't sharp, and he definitely wasn't. I don't think he'd fare that way up against top opposition. This is Club Bruges. Let's be honest. They had 9 injuries. They've just got rid of their manager, and they've just brought in an old manager. They had their 3rd choice goalkeeper in goal. They were there for the taking, and we took them. Now Gyokeres looked non-existent. Like, this is a team where, a lot of fans have said, he's a flat, opposing fans said, he's a flat track bully. He turns up against lesser opposition, and that's where you get, results from him. But there was nothing last night.
Not even doing that though, is he?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. Last night there was nothing. Then Jesus comes on, hits the bar, patterns of play, passages of play. He was fantastic, and it made you think, this is the guy that we've almost forgotten about. This is how good he is. This is how dynamic. Imagine what it will be like if we manage to keep him completely fit and stay fit for our title charge for the season. You couple that with the Villa performance, very, very disappointing from Gyokeres. He's got an ideal opportunity on Saturday night against Wolves. Listen, this Wolves team, no disrespect, I was just on box to box with a poor Wolves fan, Dave, and
big up Dave.
Big up Dave, and he knows his team's going to probably get ironed out completely on Saturday night, 8 o'clock at the Emirates, but that's his problem, not mine. And these are the games that, for players, that you want them to get game time, and you want them to get confidence, and you want them to score goals. And listen, he needs to start putting some performances in. And listen, these price tags, it does come with responsibility when you're at big clubs, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal. There's expectations. Listen, as football fans, we pay a hell of a lot of money to watch our teams, and there's expectations, especially when you feel that players aren't necessarily turning up or can't be bothered.
Yeah, I think when you look at the landscape of the striking kind of scene, right? 20 years ago, when I was growing up watching football as a kid, if a striker finished his career with a 1-2 record, he'd be called world class.
Yeah, I do want to touch. I want to kind of swerve back to what we were talking about with Gyokeres before, because I saw a comment. I saw a comment that because it relates to something that you were talking to about when we were in the office earlier talking about Gyokeres, where so Keishi says it's not the opposition, it's the Arsenal system. Like you said, Jesus after a long layoff looked more comfortable than Gyokeres, and you were talking about false nines at Arsenal recently, and how you think to a certain extent, like, Arsenal are so comfortable and all the players are so used to playing with a player that drops back that maybe Gyokeres just doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would say, Marty's here, he will have his own view, but the way I see Arsenal playing, they're very controlled, very possession-based. They tend to not want to always play the striker through at the first opportunity. They will, you know what I mean? There's a lot of scoping going around, a lot of balls around the box, and then suddenly something happens.
Crab football.
Yeah, basically. And that's not... If you look at Gyokeres' career, he likes to either the ball over the top or through the middle, early ball, so he can latch onto it. Gyokeres is not the kind of guy, I would argue. He's not like Isak, not like Henry, he's not like even Harry Kane, guys like that.
Yeah.
That's going to beat two men from outside the box and curl it in the top corner. That's not his forte. He relies on early balls into the box, getting on the end of it, which is fine. Where I think the club have kind of let him down a little bit is that they still need to play more to his style of playing. That's when we'll get the most out of him. But that being said, though, he has had opportunities. I mean, there was balls in the box against Villa, and he wasn't on the end of it. So
And
got to call him out for that too.
Really interesting point you say there. There was the concerning parts of play that I saw against Villa was there was a part where he was on the edge of the box and there's a ball gets played into the middle of the box and he should have been there.
He's not
As
even
number
in the frame.
9. He wasn't even. It was like he was sort of standing there and he was like, "Oh, the ball's there." Oh, sorry. Oh, next time, guys. I'll get that one next time. Just if we could do it again or something like that. And there was another one. Take two. Let's just go again. Everyone get back.
Let me know next time because I wasn't ready for that.
Give us a heads up, guys. Give us a heads up. Come on.
What do you mean I won't go there?
So
I was over there.
There's that, and then obviously, like I said about the one against Bruges, where the ball comes in from I think it was Zubamendi. Fantastic ball at the back post, and against this is what I'm talking about. Different level of opposition. Like obviously, if there's a Donnarumma in goal, that ball. Listen, it was in a great position. I believe a goalkeeper like that probably gets the ball over the bar or puts it out, punches it, whatever. Potentially could catch it. And Madueke's in at the back post. And then someone else said to me, yeah, but then Madueke's unmarked at the back post because Gyokeres. But he didn't actually have really anyone on him because, let's be honest, Club Bruges aren't defensively. It's not like, they've got the centre-backs of Saliba, Gabriel, Timber and Calafiori. They're not defensively that astute. And that's no disrespect to them. It's just a fact. They ship goals.
Yeah, because we said, I gave a prediction. I think I predicted that Arsenal would win that game 3-0. Yeah. And the reason why I said that...
You did.
Yeah, I did. And the reason why I said that is because when you read up on Bruges, the first thing that you notice people say is that defensively, they're not very good. They concede a lot of goals.
This is it.
And I thought with our team and, I thought we could get goals. So him being on the pitch yesterday and not even having a shot on goal, it's disappointing, really.
But then you take it and then Jesus comes on for literally no time, literally fresh from injury. And he hits the bar, he looks lively, he's passing the ball. And I get there's Gyokeres, but also don't forget, I have seen Gyokeres. There was a goal against Nottingham Forest, and there was a goal against Leeds. A goal against Leeds. He gets the ball, takes it down the left-hand side, cuts him past,
I saw that.
Puts the defenders on their arse, and slams it into the bottom corner. The guy can do it, and that's against Leeds. Listen, Leeds at the beginning of the season, okay, weren't that great, but I would put Leeds at the beginning of the season as being a lot better than Club Bruges. Certainly,
I think that's debatable, to be honest.
Do you think?
But anyway, yeah. I know the point you're making, but I would stop short of saying that. Bruges are third in their league.
Yeah.
Not a very great league, but Leeds have been, okay, they've had a little bit of resurgence. But for the most part,
they did all right against...
Leeds can see goals left, right and centre.
I know, but they battered Chelsea. They done all right against Liverpool, and they done all right against City as well.
Unlucky against City.